Gettysburg Landing on the Tennessee River. And up there, on top of the hill, are buried war dead. Where Union troops came and camped beginning in March of 1862, preparing to attack Corinth, Mississippi, where Confederate troops were. The battle was named for a church that stood in this spot, Shiloh Church. It's a reconstruction of it.
here, right there.
The landing is beneath us.
Yeah.
Can you read it?
Iowa Infantry of her 8th Infantry.
In memory at the
Oh.
top. In memory, Iowa, in memory of her
Her
8th
8th Infantry, Sweeney S. the 3rd Brigade, W.H.L. Wallace's 2nd Division, Army of the Tennessee.
Yeah. So it's actually Sweeney apostrophe S, Sweeney's 3rd Brigade,
3rd Brigade,
W.H.L. Wallace,
Wallace's
2nd Division, Army of the Tennessee, yeah. So this is your second great grandfather's division, the 8th, the Iowa 8th Infantry. So Will Bailey was in this spot or thereabouts. Before he, with thousands of others, was captured at the end of the first day of fighting at the Battle of Shiloh. From here.
Iowa 8th Regiment Infantry Volunteers, commanded by Colonel J.L.
Geddes.
Regiment held this position from about 11 a.m. April 6, 1862, to about 4 p.m. when it changed front to the left,
And held this second position
until about 5 p.m. when nearly surrounded, it attempted to retreat, but finding all avenues of escape cut off, surrendered about 6 p.m. The regiment entered the engagement with an aggregate of about 600 men. Its loss was killed 40, wounded 18 mortally, and 113
missing. Oh no, 113 mortally, right?
Yeah.
Missing 340,
Missing 340,
total of 493. And my great-grandfather was William Bailey, was among the missing. The Iowa 8th Monument, 8th Infantry. Much of the fighting happened in and through the forested area. Brigadier General William H.L. Wallace, commanding the 2nd Division Army of the Tennessee, was mortally wounded here at 5 p.m. April 6, 1862, died at Savannah, Tennessee, on the other side of the Tennessee River. April 10th, 1862, in his wife's arms. W.H.L. Wallace, commander of the division of the Army of the Tennessee in which my great-grandfather served, William Bailey. He was retreating at this point, having been more or less surrounded by Confederate forces. Wallace was. Will, my great-grandfather, did not succeed in retreating successfully, but was captured. So this is an area of the park where they are documenting the surrender of the forces surrounded. The federal forces, the blue guys. This is 2,300 men-ish. Who did not escape the encirclement by the Confederate forces. Surrender in the thicket. In front to your right and topping the ridge to your far right contains part of the battlefield. Over here, location named the Hornet's Nest. So the Hornet's Nest is beyond here. Here for 8 hours on the first day of battle, Union infantry and artillery thwarted several piecemeal Confederate frontal assaults, inflicting heavy casualties. As the Confederate forces converged, firing from all directions, many of the Union defenders escaped the closing trap, but more than 2,250 men were forced to surrender. Walk down the trail in front of you, this way, to visit the surrender site. Okay, I think that might be over here. The surrender of various federal troops, including Prentiss, but I think Prentiss surrendered before members of the 8th Iowa did. And here is the supposed spot where the 8th Iowa Infantry surrendered. Those survivors, 379 of its officers and men taken prisoner. 5:30 p.m. Some estimate, some of those who gave their accounts estimated it was 6 p.m., but 5:30 at the end of the first day of fighting. So in this spot, walking on ground, I guess, that my great-grandfather walked on. It's a much more calm and peaceful day, with far fewer dead and wounded by it. This monument has been erected by the state of Iowa. In commemoration of the loyalty, patriotism, and bravery of her sons who, on this battlefield of Shiloh, on the 6th and 7th days of April, A.D. 1862, fought to perpetuate the sacred union of the states. Interesting interpretation.